What's up, guys? Welcome to another exciting edition of Real Estate Podcast, episode 346. I'm here with Griffin.
I'm here with Trav.
And I'm now officially afraid of nail guns with Adam.
So we watched The Killer.
The Killer, dude. Michael Cockbender coming in strong.
He's like the Dexter of
Yes.
serial killers, huh?
Yeah.
Or hitman.
I
mean, David Fincher, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
I saw a review online, right, that was like this. It felt like The Killer was an incredible pilot episode to a TV series, and I kind of feel that in a way, you know.
I can see where they get it. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because it does feel like whenever it gets to the end and the resolution and everything that happens, you're just like, they're not okay. You know what I mean? Like, there's such an uneasy feeling, even though there's a happy ending that kind of happens. It's like there's still that uneasiness there. Or at least that's how I felt whenever I was peeping it, you know?
Well, like, first, with me, like, I love the fact that it was a graphic novel that I hadn't ever heard of or anything. So I like that it was a full going in cold experience, you know?
Yeah.
I like that for sure. I mean, just as a side note. But my question for you guys is, did y'all pick up who the real killer was though?
Stress.
Hmm?
Stress. Stress is the real killer.
No, the real dude,
No.
the real killer of the film. You take a crack at it, Adam.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So this movie definitely had an agenda, and the killer is capitalism and big tech. Well, not capitalism, but big tech. From like start to finish, it shows you like all these like little things and how it adds into the theory that like big tech, like the more money you get, the harder you are to kill. And if you're nobody, then you know they can do away with you, like you ain't shit. So for
Well, it's
instance,
like the guy at the end. I thought he was going to kill him when he got there, and it's like,
Right.
he's just like,
So-
stop.
So start of the movie, he's holed up in an old abandoned WeWork station. That's our first indicator. WeWork was that company that bottomed out with the pandemic, but the whole theory was that like everybody started buying into it because companies like Amazon, which we see get used in the film, hell, not even to mention one of the first things he talks about when he leaves the buildings, he's like, "There's over 1,500 McDonald's in this country, like,
Yeah.
so I can get 15 grams of protein, yada yada yada."
Yeah.
But back to the WeWork thing though, you had Amazon, Facebook, and Google, and he Googled the shit out of all kinds of stuff to get to those Amazon purchases. And even his methods of killing throughout the film was using technology. Like how he bought the key fob and he took the key fob that he perfectly paid with money to fucking duplicate dude's shit.
Yeah.
And then at the very end, when he goes and deals with the billionaire, that's one of the things he also points out while he's staking him out too. Is he's like, you know, billionaire guy made him money, you know, like the more money he even says something like that, like the more money you have, the more problems it makes for you.
Yeah.
And when he's talking to the lady when he's joining that club or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
he even goes and says some shit like, "These guys aren't Mossad. They're not these like all these other little, you know, killer top organizations that are out there."
Right.
And just how like it gave you that odd feeling that you got, Griffin. I had it
Mhm.
too, but it was because like where he was inside that club with all the billionaires and shit. Like it kind of lets you know without letting you know what that was, you know?
Right.
And that's an uneasy thing.
Yeah.
So I think your reaction was exactly I mean, I had it too. But yeah, I mean, at least that's my that's the spin that I know. Like that was something me and Deidre were talking about on the way home. We were just bringing up all that shit and all the different stuff. Like he just sat there and was just straight up going through Amazon, ordering a fob copier. And I mean, you've seen those TikToks and tweets all the time of those people who buy those little like digital reader things, and they're able to manipulate shit around them.
The dolphin.
Yeah.
Yeah, like so. I mean, but yeah, I think that was that movie's underlying message was like big tech because because you know how he keeps repeating that speech throughout it, like stick to the plan, don't do this, don't do that,
Yeah.
etc.
Don't improvise.
Well, yeah, and he's like, this is what it takes, and he's like, you can either be one of the few or one of the many, and at the end he's like, or you can be like me, one of the many.
Yep.
And that what's even crazier too is when you think of it from a business standpoint, all his methods is what you would use in a cutthroat business market.
Yeah.
But
Uh,
yeah,
yeah.
I don't
I
know.
didn't. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying that. I mean, like I said, I'm still fresh off the watch. I'm still processing it and everything. But at this point, that's what I took from the movie.
Right. Yeah, I was expecting him to kill that dude too. Like, and whenever, he shows up and dude's like, I mean, you know, said shit happens, things go wrong. And he's like, you want us to take care of it? And he's like, yeah. That's fine. Go ahead and take care of it and everything. And it's just, it was very underwhelming to a degree, but I don't know. Like, I guess I'm suffering from the same issue that a lot of other people are, where it's just like, I'm expecting to go in there and like we get the fight sequence with the dude in Florida, then we get like the conversation, the little bit more low key sequence with Tilda Swinton, and then whenever he finally shows up, and it just kind of like nothing happens. You expect like this massive shootout to happen. He kills the guy, somebody walks in, and he has to fight his way out of this building and all this stuff. And he's just like, no, just
Well,
walk away.
I mean, like, whenever you have the whole scene where he's digging up his guns, like the John Wick moment,
Yeah, yeah.
and then it decides to not be, which I was really glad that this didn't like. I wish maybe it could have had a little more action, but the fact that waiting for that trigger pull made those
Mhm.
scenes build up to it so tense and made it more engaging. And
Yeah,
with Fincher's knack for heavy like narration and everything, it fit really well. Was I wanting him to kill dude at the end? Absolutely. But
yeah,
like the way everything was building up, it was like you started seeing him divert from his little mantra.
yeah. Well,
Now
and
he
it's kind
did,
of
and like he's still kind of committed to it in those two scenarios where where the like the nail gun sequence where he takes the chick and she's like, I can't just die here at the office. Like, I
Yeah,
need to be
insurance.
found. Blah blah. Yeah, all
yeah,
that crap. And so he snaps her neck as she's going down the steps and makes it look like
yeah.
he still killed her, but he still broke one of the rules, like empathetic.
Right.
He's not supposed to show empathy.
Yeah. Well, and it's like at the end of the day, like, is he any better than these people? Because like, who knows how much money dude made while doing all this, and then they make a point to show you that he goes and has all of his monies moved into his Caribbean account.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like he basically, because he may not be a billionaire, right? But like, how much money does he have?
Definitely a
And then,
millionaire.
oh, for sure, multiple millions, I would
Probably
say.
smart enough to make some decent investments too.
Yeah, yeah. I
Well,
mean, he said he
yeah, I
was studying
mean,
law at one time, so
I mean, dude,
Um,
this dude was the smoothest motherfucker on planet Earth. Like he just slipped in and out. Like,
yeah. Well, and I think I really like the idea of the smartwatch being his heart rate monitor,
Yeah, that was
where
cool.
like he didn't externally show, stress and all that stuff. He was like a stone cold killer, face to face, but they did a good job at bringing that mechanic or that thing into the movie to where it's like this is him, like he's freaking out right now. You don't see it, but like this is his heart rate going up. You know what I mean? Like he's still a
well,
human, like
yeah. Well, it's also yeah, and how it factored in too with how he operates with like because whenever he's holed up in the WeWork station at the start, he even makes a point to say, as long as I keep a 60%, 60 heart rate and
yeah,
nothing else factors in, like I'm not gonna miss.
yeah. And he had the opportunity to shoot that guy
Yep.
again. Like he hesitated, you know?
Hmm.
Um I think he was over it. You know what I mean? Like, I
Well, I
just
think once he, yeah, that probably was a big factor too, especially when it still kind of ties in that classic, oh shit, work came to my house,
yeah,
like I'm out.
yeah,
But I did. You gotta think so too about how it factors into that ending being kind of not as explosive or some sort of big shootout necessarily.
yeah,
You got to remember, Florida guy beat his fucking ass. Yeah, he killed him,
Oh,
but
yeah,
he got
like
his ass
he got
whipped.
yeah,
his ass
Yeah.
beat in that fight.
I like in
yeah.
that scene how when the dude was walking around, how bassy his footsteps were.
Well, it was like it to me from my perspective watching it, it was like they were on a ship
Yeah.
because everything was so creaky and
Uh-huh.
they kept the ambient noise of the ocean going. You know what I mean? It
Hmm.
sounded like they were having a fight on a ship, like a pirate ship or something, which was wild.
Well, what was crazy was the level of hits they were both taking. I'm like, dude, I would have been done in after like probably the first one, dude.
Yeah, I thought that dude knocked him out right there. First couple of hits he got in, I'm like, "Oh, he's about to wake up on fucking Dexter Slab over here." You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I thought we were fixing to get into that, but no. But yeah, I mean, all in all, it was good. It was just like it wasn't what I was expecting, which is not a bad thing at all. Because like I said, I think I'm suffering from the same thing that a lot of other people where it's just like all the movies that we get that aren't comic book movies that are are decent, are like these super over the top action extravaganzas, like you kind of see that coming back, especially with like the with John Wick and things like that. And
Hmm.
pulling the classic David Fincher style where it's just like, no, we're going to end the movie the right way. It may not be the way that you want it to, but we're going to end it the right way. And you're going to have to sit here and figure out how you feel about that, as an audience member, and also in terms of like the overall story of it, which I respect it.
Yeah,
I
dude.
respect it a lot. I just feel like I need to watch it again now that I
This
know
d
what I'm in store for.
Well, when you watch it, dude, consider that long ass spiel I gave, man, for real. Like,
Yeah,
I genuinely think that was the message of the film.
I mean, it's David Fincher. He gonna sprinkle some stuff in there, from time to time.
I know I was sick of listening to the Smiths by the end of
I
this
know,
fucking
dude.
thing.
That's one of the talking points. I'm like, this dude loves the Smiths. I'm like, they're okay, like, but that's the only thing he listens to.
At first, I thought it was Duran Duran, to be honest with you, because like some of the upbeat parts, and then like I was like, ah. The minute I saw the Smiths, I was like, of course.
Yeah, makes sense, right? But no, I did enjoy it, and I do need to give it another watch because, like I said, I was expecting it to go full action movie at the end, and it didn't, and it kind of took me off guard a little bit. And that's another thing that contributes to that uneasy feeling, because it's like he goes to Louisiana and he kills the lawyer that's supposed to be like the ringleader of all this, more or less, right?
Hmm.
But like, is he though? You know what I mean? Like,
Well, pretty much his boss.
yeah. But is he the top brass? You know what I mean? Like, or is there another dude? You know what I mean? Like, we don't know how deep their whole structure, their corporate structure of this like hired killer thing is. And I was expecting, at the end of the movie, like when it shows them out there, sitting on the chairs and everything, and I was just like, I have a feeling that somebody else is going to show up. Like, who did some of these people that he killed know that's going to be pissed about him, and is he actually untouchable? Like, I mean,
No,
yeah, exactly.
because
So,
when he
like,
says he's just one of the many, that's when he realizes like he ain't the main character.
yeah,
Like he's just doing shit just like these other people. He can get killed too.
yeah,
But I do think he tried to clean and kill enough people to get away from it. Like he kills the the woman.
I mean, yeah, the people
The
who
guy,
are
like,
who are directly related, with the exception of that
don't know
guy.
why he let that dude live it then. Maybe he just knew that if he killed him, that would open up that. Then that would get into a whole nother.
open a can of worms.
It's like, okay, I'm just letting you
Yeah.
know, it's this easy.
Yeah,
We gonna have any problems? The guy was like, no. I mean,
yeah, definitely not.
no.
But
Fate
yeah,
is a placebo.
fucking wild. He hits him with the fucking nail gun, dude.
That came out of left field to me. I knew
He
he
was
was going to
like-
use it. I just wasn't expecting it that way.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
before he fell, he put that paper down.
Yeah, he's like,
Mhm.
he went full
He's got a
Dexter
little
on him.
autism with it the whole
Yeah,
time.
for sure.
The whole
Yeah.
time I was thinking, I was like, this dude's autistic or something.
Well, I mean, look at that fucking storage building he parked his
Yeah.
van in. He said he just drew on the recycling logo and they just let him in.
Yeah.
There was
Well-
also another thing too, and maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe it's the tism, but there were moments, especially whenever he was dealing with the chick in the van and everything. Very House That Jack Built vibes.
Yeah. Oh, I picked up, especially him driving around and stuff. You can definitely tell that he pulled a lot of his Mindhunter experience and sprinkled into this, because the shot of him driving down the highway and how the camera is like positioned like almost directly behind the van.
Yeah.
That's very Mindhunter-esque, and like the way that he filmed during certain times of the day, and things like that. So
Oh, and I like that the way that it would be this weird pan to, like, it would be a quick cut to from like early afternoon to night,
yeah,
coupled with the driving montages, because that's usually that's how that pattern played out. But yeah, man, just I thought it was just a solid film.
yeah. I mean, to me, after watching it, it makes sense why it kind of like went to Netflix and all that kind of stuff. Is it the best David Fincher film? No, but like it's still good though. It still lives. It still
I think
lives
it's
in
of
that.
his quality.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. But whenever you look at the slam bams that this dude's put out, it's like, okay, it's great, but is it Seven good or Zodiac good or Fight Club good? You know what I mean? Like, but it's good. It's really good.
I think
Dude.
because of this, I think because of the simple plot is why that person feels that it feels like a good pilot episode.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how that like one could get that vibe from it.
And I would watch
Because
more.
oh, I would watch Michael Fassbender figure shit out for hours. Like, I'm
Yeah.
cool with that.
Yeah, for real, right?
Like, as long as he's
Well,
got some cool shit to say while he does it,
he
fucking
thought he
let the
had it figured
man.
out. Whenever he hit that dude with that nail gun, he was like, he should be good for like, 10 minutes or whatever. And then the dude's like, ugh. He's like, fuck.
Yeah.
You,
Yeah.
come here.
Yeah.
Maybe that was just
She
so
was
he had to know that she knew where the
Yeah.
No,
shit was at
yeah.
too. So it's like, but if he was, he's like, he's got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Like, I think he put too many nails, man. He
And I
put them in
was
his lungs,
actually
right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the whole thing was he was gonna like let it slow fill, I guess,
Yeah. There's one too
which is a
many.
horrible way to die.
Yeah. Drowning your own
Jesus.
blood. Yeah. One too many. He
Um,
could have held back.
but
And
like
here,
I felt indifferent to most of the kills except for when he killed that chick in the van because like the way she was trying to get out,
yeah.
like she kind of broke character, you know, like she showed like the type of person that she actually is. Oh
Yeah.
fuck! I mean, of course she's begging for her life. I'm you know,
Yeah.
obviously, but she acted like she knew and she wasn't saying shit.
Yeah.
Which tip of the hat to Homegirl, right?
Yeah.
When he goes and visits her in the hospital and she's like, I didn't say shit.
Yeah.
Was that his girlfriend?
I
Yeah.
think so, right?
Yeah.
And
And even she was like,
brother-in-law?
trust me, I didn't say nothing. He's like, I mean, I'm not here to kill you.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't
bitch.
know.
No. Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah.
not a good guy.
No.
I mean, he's a killer. Well, I
But
mean,
that's the thing
he's
though.
the
Like
killer.
he's not trying to justify his actions either. Like he is what
Oh,
he is. You know what I mean? And that's one thing that, it's like those first couple of seasons of Dexter. He is what he is. He didn't try to like really justify it. He just tried to exist with the code and then it got complicated.
I like the
You
way that
know?
he would dress. Like he would,
Yeah.
he would just look like nobody
Yeah.
walking around. Like
German
when he's
tour.
sitting there eating his little, he gets rid of the
Yeah.
bread, of course, but
Yeah.
his little McMuffin,
Yeah.
and he's wearing like the fucking Hawaiian shirt,
Mm-hmm.
the hat. It's just like, I'm just
Yeah.
nobody.
Yeah.
I think at one point he even mentions like most people don't remember the details. You don't want to stand out. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's. Now I remember the
yeah,
quote he says about that billionaire. He goes, "You get to a point where you make so much money you can't disappear into the wallpaper."
Yeah. But yeah, it was good though, man.
I just like the way his inner monologue was like written,
Yes. Yes.
and I'm curious as to how 1-to-1 this is supposed to be to the graphic novel.
Probably fairly close, I would imagine. I'm sure David Fincher took some liberties on certain things.
Yeah,
But I think like the general because I mean him wearing a Hawaiian shirt with that Gilligan hat,
yeah.
I mean
Well,
that got comic book written all over it. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like
He looked like Hunter S. Thompson
yeah, he did.
sitting there. Like
Yeah.
I expected him to get up and like,
Yeah. Oh man.
whenever he was sitting across from Tilda Swinton, I was like, David, is that you? 'Cause
Yeah.
he was just like lifeless, just.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, I guess I'll bring out a bottle.
Yeah.
She
Bring out the
knew.
whole bottle.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, she ordered a flight.
But yeah. Good stuff though. Like definitely want to peep it again. Glad I watched it.
Have y'all ever had a flight or heard of one?
Mm-mm.
It's a row of shots, obviously, as you saw in the film, but
Yeah.
it's a different liquor in each one. It's like a
No.
showcase, almost,
Oh.
I guess.
I've had
Did you
something similar to that, but not with
I
liquor.
try not to do that in public.
Yeah.
speak?
So
Yeah.
yeah.
I was just saying, speaking of that scene, though, did you guys think for a second she was going to poison him?
Yes. The
I
entire
thought she poisoned the bottle.
Yeah, and she was just gonna take them both out. Yeah.
Like make the drinks, because she started drinking them and everything.
Yeah.
And she goes to pour the bottle, and by then he's like, "All right, it's good,"
He was like,
Yeah.
well, if I'm going out, I'm going out speaking to kings.
Yeah. But I've had one of those things at a brewery. It wasn't liquor, it was just beer, and it was like 6 different, it was more than a shot. It
I've
was
done that
like
at a brewery, yeah.
Yeah. So
It'll be their sampler of everything they got,
yeah.
You buy
And
the
it's
cup.
awesome. Yeah. So
One was a
but not
jalapeno beer.
oh. One that I
Was it
had
actually
was
spicy?
Not really. There might have been
I
like a
thought
little
that.
kick on the back end. Like you could tell it was like, okay, yeah, it's in there.
yeah,
But
yeah. You start sneezing, you're like, oh, it's in the
yeah.
ooh. Yeah. But yeah, enjoyed it. Definitely. Dude, David Fincher, I don't think I've ever watched anything by him that I didn't like. You know?
I mean, yeah, the movie's definitely of that guy's quality, and
Yeah.
the dude. I mean, I'm in the same boat with you, man. I haven't watched something by him that I was like disappointed in at all.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He's a good storyteller.
He actually worked on Mindhunter.
Yeah, he directed several episodes. I think
We
he
produced.
co-created it. Yeah.
I just
Because
saw
he
that in his
directed 7 episodes. Yeah.
yeah. Produced 19 of them.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I haven't watched Mank. He directed 2 episodes of House of Cards, which makes sense. He does a lot of music videos. A lot of music videos from everybody. Madonna, Billy Idol.
Well, I mean, the intro to Fight Club was essentially a music video.
Yeah, right. I think we need to do a David Fincher month at some point. We hit the high notes here, you know? Because
We
he's
can
definitely.
we can alternate and have a Fincher February.
I mean, that might be too on the nose. Nah.
I mean, we had a June Wick for crying out loud, Griffin.
That's true. That's true. On the nose is where we live.
I
You're
mean,
right.
dude, it's the only
Home
way
of
to
Ted.
properly infect, my man.
Yeah. Oh
We're
man.
like staph infection.
Yeah, right. We're just there. But yeah. I mean, I'm gonna give it a full star. I do want to go back and watch it because after it was over, I was just like, that wasn't what I was expecting. And then after like sitting on it for a little bit and like actually kind of, digesting what was happening there, it made me appreciate it and enjoy it that much more. Because I was expecting it to be David Fincher x John Wick,
Well, like
and
the
that's not what
trailer.
we got. Yeah, yeah, the trailer was super action packed, like, and I should have known better, but you know, but overall, I enjoyed it. I'm giving it a full star.
Yeah,
Like, I
I'm a full
definitely
star.
put this in the rotation.
Same, full star for me too.
Great,
It
Michael
gets
Fassbender.
it gets another coveted golden real estate Fassbender.
Yeah, I mean, let's see what
A
he's got coming up.
Fassbender sounds like a part that you'd
It
put on
does,
something.
right?
A fast.
sounds
Give me
like
the
a-
Fassbender.
It sounds like an insanely crazy mixed cocktail, like some sort of drink.
Yeah.
It's like once you shake this up right, it's
And they
all
mix
this
it real
you got
fast.
yeah, it's like
Fassbender.
you got your fast bender. Why? Because it's gonna fuck you up fast.
And you
when
keep
you're on a
drinking them.
bender.
You go on a bender. Yeah. You'll be back.
Yeah. Don't worry.
You take a mixology course. Today we're gonna figure out how to do the most complicated drink known to man. What? The fast bender. You gotta bring out a scotch glass. You're not even gonna use it. But you have to have the
You
glass.
pour it right in your mouth.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. We got a little bit of movie news here if you want to hit on it real quick though. Oh, True Detective, when does it start? It's in December. Hold on.
True Detective, is it season 4?
Yes.
True Detective season 4 premieres January the 14th.
All right. So we're definitely throwing that on the pile, right?
Mm-hmm.
It won't be next week, but the following week. And I'm excited. People are giving it early reviews and they're like, it's True Detective.
They're
Like
dropping on Sundays.
Yeah. Yeah. So people are giving it the nod. So I'm ready for it. So Jordan Peele teases his upcoming 4th film could be my favorite movie. So this will excite horror fans. Filmmaker Jordan Peele says his anticipated upcoming 4th film has the potential to be his favorite. Given Peele's previous efforts, the critically lauded Get Out, Us, and Nope, it's a promising statement. Peele's fourth directorial feature was slated for a Christmas Day 2024 release, but the actors and writers' strike postponed the project. While no release date is currently confirmed, Peele teases that the project is, quote, clear to him. During a recent appearance on Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend podcast, Peele spoke about the long awaited film, discussing setbacks and his hope for the future. This has been, obviously, it's been an interesting year because the writer's strike had me in a state of listening, and that's where I need to be. He began cautiously. I do feel like my next project is clear to me, and I'm psyched that I have another film that, could be my favorite movie if I make it right. The film's production was initially scheduled for last year, and no new release date has been set yet. Little is known about the upcoming movie, which is to be expected, as Peele always keeps his cards very close to his chest. A second movie connected with Peele was also removed from Universal Pictures' release calendar. There's no listed premiere date for the unnamed project, which was originally scheduled for September of 2024. Um, and then he talks about the him teaming up with Kojima for the OD, the video game project
Mm-hmm.
OD for Kojima, and then he talks about people under the stairs and all that kind of stuff. So, um, I don't think that he's set to produce a reboot. Pill and Monkey Paw Productions partner Wim Rosenfeld are set to produce a reboot of Wes Craven's 91 horror People Under the Stairs. Um, I don't think that'll be his next flick.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it would be awesome if he would come in and direct it, but like, I don't know. Like he produced Candyman.
Yeah.
He didn't direct that, and it was great. Like it was a great. So, um, I'm excited. I mean, Nope was such a unique.
Well, if you'll notice, whenever he directs something, usually it's original
Yeah, very.
material. He'll,
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, everything
yeah,
he's done, right?
yeah.
Was
Everything.
something
Yeah,
that he wrote, or
yeah. Get Out, Us,
so
Nope.
I don't
Yeah,
see him
no.
directing. But it's cool that he's
And
involved in it.
yeah, right. Yeah. No, I'm excited to see what the next project is. I mean, he has genuinely surprised me as a filmmaker.
Really.
You know, you think the dude from Key and Peele is doing horror movies, but nah, dude, they're working and like well made, well written. Like I don't know, so I'm excited. I'm ready for it. So Jack Black swaps Super Mario for Minecraft, boards the Jason Momoa game adaptation. So Minecraft movie continues to build its cast with Super Mario Brother movie's Bowser, aka Jack Black, jumping from one massive game franchise to another. According to Deadline, Black will be playing the role of Steve in the movie, although there are very few other details available at this time. Black is the latest star to board the Jason Momoa led adaptation of the Mojang Sandbox game, which has sold almost 300 million copies worldwide and is the best selling video game of all time. The Minecraft movie has been stealthily piecing together an ensemble cast since it was first announced, with Peacemaker star Danielle Brooks, Emma Myers, and Sebastian Eugene Hansen, previously being announced to star alongside Momoa in the video game adaptation, which will be directed by Napoleon Dynamite Helmer Jared Hess. It was previously revealed that Brooks will play the role of Don, while Hansen will play the role of Henry. The pair will join the likes of Aquaman star Jason Momoa and What We Do in the Shadows actor Matt Berry for this live action adaptation of the hugely popular Sandbox game. I mean, Matt Berry
Yeah.
and Jack
I
Black,
mean,
like
it's
what?
almost criminal.
Yes, yeah, yeah. Oh man, like what? That's awesome though. And he's going to be playing Minecraft Steve. So that's like a major.
Jack
I would
Black is?
assume. Yeah, yeah. It says that according to Deadline, Black will be playing the role of Steve in the movie.
Perfect.
So like he's gonna be the guy that's like been there for come on,
Yeah.
gang, like real upbeat,
Yeah.
happy. Oh, that's a creeper. Watch what happened. Like he's gonna be blacking it up. So he's gonna be doing his thing. I'm excited. The more people that they add to this,
Yeah.
like I was excited when Charlie Cox and some of those guys were in talks to do the Minecraft movie, but even with Momoa being a part of it, like, and I don't hate Momoa, don't get me, I'm not saying that, but like, you're like Momoa, Minecraft, like, how does
Mhm.
this gonna work? And it's like, well, if he plays it like Naked Gun, if he's the straight guy with
Yeah.
all this crazy stuff, you know what I mean? That could work. So, but here's the real question: are we in danger of having Momoa take the place of Chris Pratt? People were like, "We're tired of seeing Chris Pratt and everything. Chris Pratt, Chris Pratt." Is Momoa going to get to that point where he's going to be the guy in everything? And people are going to get tired of dealing with him. Hmm. We'll see. I'm not tired of Chris Pratt, by the way.
No.
I know there's a lot of people that like to hate on Chris Pratt. Don't get it. Like he's a great
I
actor.
mean, Mario movie
He's
made $1 billion.
Yeah, like he's casting stuff for a reason. So, but
It's fucking Star Lord.
yeah, I mean, but we'll see. So Lionsgate closes a deal to acquire E1 from Hasbro with one big franchise caveat. So Lionsgate has officially completed their purchase of E1 from Hasbro, snapping up the rights to almost 6,500 titles as part of the agreement. However, Hasbro is not handing over their biggest franchises and has included a caveat that allows them to develop projects based on their own franchises. First reported in August, the deal has finally been closed with Lionsgate paying $375 million for Entertainment One. According to Hasbro press release, this sale will include a talented team of employees, a content library of nearly 6,500 titles, active productions for non Hasbro owned IP like the Rookie, Yellow Jackets, and Naked and Afraid franchises, and the E1 Unscripted Business, which will include rights for certain Hasbro based shows like Play Doh Squished. However, Hasbro's biggest franchises, such as Transformers, Peppa Pig, Power Rangers, Monopoly, Dungeons and Dragons, My Little Pony, and Clue, will not move to Lionsgate, but will see significant development, production, and financing capabilities. Although it has been reported that the deal includes the development of the long in gestation live action Monopoly movie, the franchise is one that remains under Hasbro's control. Hasbro CEO Chris Cook previously shared his excitement in an official statement, commenting on the collaboration on the Monopoly movie, among other things. This sale fully aligns with our strategy, and we are pleased to bring this process to a successful close. Lionsgate's management team is experienced in entertainment and adept at driving value, and we're glad to have found such a good home for our E1 film and TV business. We look forward to partnering with them, especially on a movie adaptation of Monopoly. Entertainment remains a priority for Hasbro. Hasbro will continue to develop and produce entertainment based on the rich vault of Hasbro owned brands. We will also bring to life new original ideas designed to fuel all areas of Hasbro's blueprint, including toys, publishing, gaming, licensed consumer products, and location based entertainment. As part of the sale, we expect to move to an asset light model for future live action entertainment, relying on licensing and partnerships with select co productions. So let's see what E1 has here. I'm going to do a quick Google search.
They were like, "Nah, man, we're making way too much money on Monopoly Go right now."
Yeah, they're making a bang out.
I
So,
mean, I'm an active player, you know.
so it
So
says here that August 2019, American toy and media company Hasbro announced that it had reached an agreement to acquire Entertainment One for $4 billion. For $4 billion, they bought it for $4 billion and sold it for $375 million.
they need a fast bender.
Something. So These are some of the productions here. Barney, Romeo and Juliet, um, Now You See Me, Two Guns, The Butler, Riddick, Rush, American Hustle, Walking with Dinosaurs, Lone Survivor, I Frankenstein, Enemy, Draft Day, What If, The Good Lie, Child 44. I mean, they put out a bunch. My Little Pony stuff. Logan Lucky was part of it. Clifford is part of it. I mean, there's a lot of stuff here. Untitled Clifford the Big Red Dog sequel. They did a live action Clifford movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was thinking so. Yeah. X, they did X. Spanish distribution only, distributed by A24 in the United States. So I mean, they've worked on a lot of stuff here. It's wild that they bought it for 4 billion, and like they didn't make nothing for selling it for 375 million. I don't know. I don't know why Hasbro, like, I understand why Hasbro would want like a TV and film division, because I mean, a lot, like, that's the model, right? You create a series, you create a cartoon or whatever to sell the toys. Like, that's been the model since the 70s. You create a new IP, you get kids pumped about it, you make a shitload of toys for it. Hasbro, like, having some kind of stake in a TV slash film market makes sense for them to do that. But like, at the same time, if they've had it for 5 years almost, and they didn't really like do anything Hasbro related with it. Like, we didn't really see a new Transformers thing that I remember or anything. So it's very interesting. But Lionsgate's definitely going to take all these what 3,500 6,500 titles, 6,500 IPs, whatever it is, and just run with it. There'll probably be another streaming service come out. That's just gonna have all this stuff on there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's wild though.
Well, I mean, it seems like they've just figured out how to double dip
Yeah.
instead of having to wait for a popular franchise to come out so they can seal a deal and make said toy or whatever merchandise. They can just create, like you're saying, they can just create a toy, get kids hot, and then turn around and spit a film out about it.
That's got me. The double dip thing's got me wondering, Trav. Do you guys think that they bought it for 4 billion? They sold it for 375 million. Do you think that Hasbro worked something out with Entertainment One where it's like, whenever we want to produce something that Hasbro owns, then you guys cover costs for it?
Either that or I would imagine some sort of merchandising percentage. Like they're probably like, hey, you guys make the movie, what you make is your own. But if it blows up in the toy sales, like you get nothing.
Yeah, I could see that.
I don't
Very
think toys
interesting.
Which,
really sell like they used to.
No.
I mean, most of the
but
time when you see little
yeah,
kids,
you're
they're
right.
playing on now, like for
I,
collectors, and
yeah.
but like kids, I
Yeah,
don't think
no.
they got the attention span to do that anymore. That's boring.
No.
They want a tablet,
Yeah.
phone, a game.
Well, that Hasbro's down. Their stock is down
That
incredibly
makes
low
sense.
right now. Yeah, because like exactly that reason. Kids don't want to. Why would you buy kids a room full of toys when they're going to sit there and you can buy a $300 tablet
Yep,
and put it in their hands and put an
got everything.
OtterBox on it? Yeah, exactly. And they're entertained until they get older. You know what I mean? So I've seen it with my
Well, I
nieces.
mean,
Mm-hmm.
another case in point. Look at Toys R Us.
Yeah, exactly, right. And what's wild is like I saw a thing earlier where Best Buy is purging their stores of physical media. Like they're no longer carrying CDs, right? They may carry vinyl, but they're no longer
Oh yeah,
carrying
physical
CDs.
media.
Yeah, and they're
I'm
getting
pretty
rid
sure
of
that's Blu-rays and DVDs.
yes, they're getting rid of
Yeah.
all Blu-rays, DVDs, movies, or TV series, all that stuff. They're getting rid of all of it. And you have like GameStop is trying to pivot into be instead of it being a, game resale shop, whatever you want to call it, to being something like Hot Topic.
Hmm.
Well,
Like
like it
there's
was well, it was that merger with ThinkGeek.
yeah, yeah. So, and that's what they're doing. Like you go
That
in there, you
yeah, they're
still see
definitely the last one or two times that I was at our local GameStop, it was almost completely just covered in pop culture merchandise.
yeah, it's that's all it is. It's pop culture. Pins, Funkos, shirts, notebooks, like anything that has an anime character on it, they've got it. So, but I mean, I
Yeah,
feel
like I even found them like some select GameStops will actually even carry Gunpla. Like you can straight up buy Gundam models there.
yeah. I mean, and another thing that GameStop was trying to do, and I don't know if they're still trying to do it or not, is like pivot into like a hangout place where like they have consoles and stuff set up and couches and people can like come there and hang out and play games and all that kind of stuff. And it's like you kind of should have already done that. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
the days where you get together with your boys on Xbox and play COD and like, just play multiplayer, that's kind of done. You know what I mean? Like you still do that, but you don't go to GameStop. You don't go to a midnight
Oh, you ain't got to
release.
go anywhere.
Exactly. Like you do it specifically from home. It's like, well, I don't know. It's just they kind of are behind the times on all that. So I feel like physical media in and of itself, even movies and Blu-rays and stuff, are going to go to just being collectors.
Well, I saw a thing where they were saying, don't get rid of your DVDs,
Yeah.
your Blu-rays, because this shit's it's gonna become hard to get.
Yeah.
There was one movie, I can't remember the title, but it was a Ron Howard movie. You
Hmm.
just can't get it. It's
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
And it was some like, cult classic. I can't remember the name.
Yeah.
But they were like, this is why you have to hang on to this stuff
Yeah.
because it's just going to be gone.
Yeah.
Or
So
they'll put it on streaming,
yeah,
but you get
for
on
a
there, the
week.
movie's different.
Yeah,
They've changed
exactly.
parts. They've removed
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. So it's very interesting and very telling, but we'll just have to wade through it. I'm still looking for that Dead Alive physical.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna find it one day. Every time I go to McKay's, every time I go anywhere, I'm like, where I know I'll see it in the wild at some point. So, but yeah. So Argyle director teases several sequels. New images from the spy comedy have been released. So the spy action comedy Argyle, starring Henry Cavill, is due to hit theaters next month, and director Matthew Vaughn has big plans for the franchise. Speaking with Total Film, who have also released a pair of new images from the movie, Vaughn reveals that he has two sequels already in mind, with the first following a younger version of Cavill's super spy. Book one is about how did Argyle become a spy. That will be the next film. And then Argyle 2 is, I don't want to give it all away, but there's the young Argyle that becomes Henry because Henry loves the idea of doing a proper Argyle movie as well. Argyle will take a meta approach to the spy adaptation, with Bryce Dallas Howard portraying author Ellie Conway, who finds herself drawn into the real world of espionage when the plots of her books get a little too close to reality. Thus, the sequels would be based on further books, adhering closer to them and largely leaving the meta stylings behind. And it sounds like Henry Cavill is equally eager to star in more adventures as Agent Argyle. I think it's a fun character. I mean, it depends on where we go with it, really, as with anything. I have a great relationship with Matthew, so that would be the hard part. So that would be the hard part out of the way. The next bit is just building a story. As long as the story is good and the character has a place to go, and it fits in with everything else that I'm trying to build and do, then great. Vaughn hopes that Argyle will be successful enough to spawn sequels, urging audiences to support original stuff. Everybody complains there's not enough original stuff, but it's because they don't go see it. People have got to buy tickets first, or there won't be fucking anything.
Mhm.
All right, Matthew Vaughn, you know? Um, excited to peep this, you know?
Oh yeah.
Um, and I think it's a cool idea. It's like, let's go meta first. And then after we go meta with everything, then we'll go to like here's the actual Argyle story, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Um, which is great. It's kind of like, Ian Fleming, was a spy during World War II, or he wasn't a spy, but he was part of the British whatever. Um, and then he started writing spy novels because of like some of the experiences that he had. So it's like taking that idea and then like fully realizing it out, and it's like that's pretty cool, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
and it's got a great cast. I mean, when you look at the picture here, I mean, Argyle has a flat top.
Yeah.
I mean, what's better than that? Henry Cavill with a flat top? Like, come on. And it looks good on him.
Mm-hmm.
Old blockhead. You know?
He looks like the dude from Street Fighter.
he Guile?
Yeah. Argyle. I
Argyle?
mean,
Oh,
yeah,
Guile? Like, I mean, he does though, right?
you can pull it off.
Sonic
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, we got a great cast here. I am excited to see this. This looks really, really good. Cranston, Sam Rockwell, Sam Jackson. There's a
It's a little
dude
bit
in
of
here.
everybody.
Yeah, there's a dude in here, but I can't make out who he is. It's almost like I can't see him. You know?
Yeah, which one?
Mm, No,
In that picture?
yeah,
John Cena?
yeah, I can't see him.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
I went
Yeah.
deep for that one.
I'm
I was a
like,
little
well,
too
he's
far.
right there. And
Yeah.
then it's like, oh, okay.
Oh, all right.
You got me.
I had to do it.
Yeah.
I had to do it. All right. So fans react to a new rumor that popular Oscar contender is quote top of the pile for Kang's MCU recast. So the Marvel Cinematic Universe has a year to get its house in order following the departure of Jonathan Majors from the franchise, with most of its theatrical slate being shifted to 2025. In the role of Kang the Conqueror, Majors was set to be the cornerstone of the multiverse saga until he was recently convicted of assault and harassment and immediately fired by Marvel Studios. Recently, many names have been thrown in the ring as who could possibly take over the role in the future MCU movies, and one name that seems to be top of the pile is Cole Domingo. Although there has been no confirmation from Marvel Studios, one way or another, whether Kang will return in the future with a new face, internet scooper Daniel Rickman, aka Daniel RPK, has suggested that Domingo has appeared as a frontrunner in a race to recast the role. This may be a long way from a sure thing, and the world of insider scoops is littered with as many misses as hits, but fans and more have already made their voices heard on social media in relation to this particular rumor. So there's a lot of people, of course, hire this dude, hire this dude, hire this dude. Domingo recently, no, Domingo certainly has the credentials to take over the multi-faced role of Kang, having made memorable appearances in shows including Fear the Walking Dead and Euphoria, the latter of which earned him an Emmy. In addition to this, the actor is also in contention for Oscar glory this year for his role in Rustin. While the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been light on Academy Awards itself, there have been plenty of stars with Oscars to their name to have appeared in the franchise, including Anthony Hopkins, Jeff Bridges, Natalie Portman, and Gwyneth Paltrow. For many reasons, 2024 could be an interesting year for Domingo if the rumors turn out to be true. On the Kang thing, I think they should just go old man Kang and get Zale.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about that, but I think that would be the best in my opinion. I also saw that like the dude that wrote Loki's working on Secret Wars, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a rumor going around that Secret Wars is going to be 7 to 8 hours long and is going to be split up into 2 movies. So they could do that. They could do 3 Avengers movies. You got Secret Wars Part 1 and 2, and then Kang Dynasty or whatever that may look like in the future as like the final outing for this phase of the Avengers. So if that's the case, then sure. I mean that kind of feeds into what we were talking about a little bit last week, where it's like if they put enough time between it and let this pill happen to see if like what actually comes out of everything, then things could change, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility, so. But yeah, I think that like if they do recast it with Coleman Domingo, I don't think that that's a bad choice. Uh,
Oh, he was a
I
candy
haven't.
man.
Yeah. I haven't watched Rustin. Might be
We
interested in
saw a
checking that
trailer
out.
for it. Is that where he's like a
Yeah,
lawyer or something?
yeah, I think so. Yeah. Um, let's see. He was in Transformers: Rise of the Beast. Did not watch that. He was in Candyman, Blackout, The God Committee, Lucy in the Sky. Haven't seen that. I don't think he was in Lucifer one episode. He's done a lot of TVs in Selma.
He's been around.
Yeah, he's done some stuff. Nash Bridges 4 episodes. Um, Kung Fu. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. They've definitely been working on a plan over there, and I'm sure like the writer's strike and all that stuff gave them options, gave them a way to like sit down and really figure out what the next step's going to be. If depending on the outcome of Major's trial, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they've got something in the pipe. Last up here, Star Wars director Sharmeen Obaid Chinoy says it's about time a woman shaped a Star Wars film. So Star Wars director Sharmeen Obaid Chinoy has said, quote, it's about time a woman shaped a Star Wars film after the beloved sci-fi franchise has gone close to half a century with films directed only by men. Obaid Chinoy will direct a currently untitled and undated Star Wars film starring sequel trilogy star Daisy Ridley that follows her character Rey Skywalker as she looks to rebuild the Jedi Order 15 years after the events of Star Wars Episode 9. I'm very thrilled about the project because I feel that we're about to create I feel what we're about to create is something very special, she told CNN. We're in 2024 now, and it's about time that we had a woman come forward to shape a story in a galaxy far, far away. Little else is known about it, though. Ridley said in November 2023, it's a really cool film that isn't at all what she expected. Haven't read anything, but I know the story. She said at the time, it's really worth telling, worth exploring, and I think people will be excited. Though the film was announced at Star Wars Celebration 2023 on April the 7th, Ridley said she hadn't even been approached about the role as of February 2023. The rapid turnaround between the initial conversation with Lucasfilm and her appearance at the event had her feeling very nervous. Ridley said, I was shitting myself. Great quote. This comes despite Kennedy claiming at Star Wars Celebration 2023 that Obaid Chinoy's film plus the movie from Filoni and Mangold were, quote, pretty far along in development. None of the upcoming films have premiere dates at the moment, though Disney has listed 3 Star Wars films on its release schedule. The long awaited 2025 Star Wars film, which is set to be the first silver screen premiere since 2019, was pushed to May the 22nd, 2026, while the remaining 2 will premiere December the 18th, 2026 and December the 17th, 2027. So yeah, we've got we knew that this was going to happen, right? Like we knew that they were going to make a Rey follow-up Star Wars movie,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is what I'll say about it. they can't tarnish the legacy of those 3 movies any worse than they tarnish themselves. And this is gonna be kinda like the Han Solo movie for a lot of other people. If it doesn't resonate with you, then it's gonna fall into the obscurity of Star Wars, you know? Like, that's pretty much how it'll be. So, for better or for worse, we'll see how it all plays out. I mean, I just I I don't like the idea of Rey trying to rebuild the Jedi Order. Like, wasn't that one of the main points of those Rey movies is, like, the books were like, all the temple was burnt, right? So, I don't know.
Well, remember, what's her name was going to make a Star Wars movie. Remember the Squadron?
Oh, yeah. And then Wonder Woman 1984 came out, and they're like, "Oh, okay.
Well,
Um"
I don't know. I think you kind of summed it up pretty nicely, though, Griff. Like, it's either going to be like some Star Wars that you enjoy, or it's just going to be part of the pile that you might glance back. Because the beauty of Star Wars is that there's so much stuff for it now that one need not have seen it all.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
mean, I mean, the only thing I'd hold to you is that if you haven't seen Empire, you should probably go do that.
Yeah, right.
Like, at least like watch the whole fucking saga
Yeah.
at least. But usually that's about the cutoff for most folks. Like, they don't. Sure, they watch the Disney Plus stuff, but not a whole lot in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, well, it's like just because just because they more or less wipe the slate a little bit clean by making all of the expanded universe legends, that doesn't mean that they're not going to just turn around and make the same layer of content, just a bunch of shit that either some people like, some people don't, some may not even heard of.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting that, like, this comes up in a lot of the articles that I chose to not put in there, like, talking about the individual that's working on this movie. Um, after what's happened over the last couple like, the last month or 2 with
Yeah,
Lucasfilm, you know what I mean? It's like, why are they double downing on this idea after, like, the massive, like, not really backlash, but, like, the massive applause that the world gave South Park over their episode of South Park, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
so that's what's wild. It's like they say that art imitates life. Life is slowly starting to imitate art in a way. You
that's
know what I
true.
mean? Because
Yeah,
the conversation that is had towards the end of that episode is like got so much hate mail and so many people that I just decided to double down on it and give them the middle finger and everything. It's like, is that what's happening now? Like it feels like it's almost being done out of spite. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Well, like I said, I'm gonna watch it when it comes out, like I do with all the Star Wars stuff. And if it's Wonder Woman bad, then I'm just not gonna watch it. You know, like that's just I'm not gonna watch it ever again. It'll just fall completely out of my knowing, you know. So,
right.
but I'm definitely not gonna go to the theaters and watch it. At this point, it's gonna have to take a lot to get me to go back to the theaters, you know. So, but yeah, I'm ready for trailers though.
Well, we got what little bit was out there.
Yeah.
It's dry.
Mhm. Is the paint wet
I
though?
mean, the paint's wet. Trailers are dry.
I understand. I understand. I'm ready though, whenever you guys are.
All right.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Darling Donut.
in 2004.
The camera checks out.
Yeah, right. Ninja kill face.
Man's not hot.
Somebody been watching Bollywood movies.
Yeah.
Oh, legacy fulfilled. Really?
I think that video they were showing was like a real internet video,
Yeah.
and now it's been turned into a movie.
What I
Oh,
will
so
say,
it got the grindhouse treatment.
Yeah.
yeah, that trailer looks just as good, if not better, than the last 5 movies Bruce Willis was in. So, it's living up to Bruce Willis territory.
He might be in it.
Him and Mel Gibson, they're both in it. I mean, the more the merrier. Let's get Lundgren in theirs too, you know? So, all right, I'm ready. Mm,
That's wild with the water in it.
yeah. Damn. I can't wait for Scorsese to make an American version of that, you know? It looks good. It looks good.
We got our second teaser,
For Echo?
Echo,
All right.
and it'll have I think the Daredevil's in this.
Bet. Okay. Does it show the sex scene between him and She-Hulk? Is that what we're doing?
Mm-mm. Oh,
Okay.
Violence, violence, violence.
It don't look bad.
Mm.
It don't look bad at all.
I mean, if they, they're reworking Daredevil,
Mhm.
maybe they decided that this was good enough that they were like, let's keep the old ways and just keep the Netflix going.
Well, it makes you wonder, like, they after Werewolf by Night came out, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna do Blade as like a more mature." Maybe they had the same conversation about Daredevil. I mean, it would make sense because people are gonna be more receptive to a more violent Daredevil than they are um a toned down She-Hulk banging Daredevil. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, the moon. This bitch gonna blow up one day, you know? The moon is gonna be it. Mm, that looks fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
That looks fucking scary as shit. Damn. So it's like their version of The Martian, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But I mean, hey, I'm down. It looks terrifying. A meteor shower on the moon? No, I'm good.
Gundam anime trailer
Requiem for Vengeance?
I'm
made in
down.
Unreal 5.
Oh, ooh la la. Okay. Mm.
Let's fucking do this. Okay. Oh shit. So this is damn near a direct sequel to OG Mobile Suit.
Damn. Looks intense.
So,
DT Dub.
Mickey Mouse is now public domain,
Oh yeah.
along with Peter Pan. So, as
Yeah.
soon as it dropped, they already had the movie ready. And you know that video game's coming out that's black and white where you're like Mickey Mouse, it's a shooter game?
Yeah, I saw
It's
that. Yeah.
crazy. We got our first horror Mickey Mouse game
Let's see it.
movie.
Let's peep it.
Yeah.
Hmm. This is 2000.
Yeah, I know, right?
This is so campy. They don't even need a tent.
The music. They're like, you guys remember Mickey Mouse?
I don't know what I was expecting.
Yeah. Look, there's an Angry Birds.
Yeah.
Eh, there he is. The hockey fan?
It reminds me of Corey White. Way he lurches around.
It looks like it has a little more going on than the Winnie the Pooh movie.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, we're podlocked, right?
That
you
you
know.
know they're doing a Peter Pan, the same.
Yeah, yeah. One'll hit.
I mean, dude, if you do that Peter Pan right, it could be pretty fucked up. It's like you got this crazy bastard that don't want to let their other kids grow up
Yeah,
because he
right.
can't. It's like, you know, and it's like, here, meet my friend Jeffrey. Let's go to his island. You know,
Do you spin Hook into the good guy in that scenario?
I mean, he's kind of the good guy.
Well, he's trying to get the
I saw a
kids, right?
TikTok about that.
Yeah.
It was like,
So,
Hook's the good guy. It's like,
yeah.
he is.
He's like, I don't want Wendy to grow up. And it's like, yeah, well,
People grow up, mate. You know.
yeah. They get older. Use headphones for better experience. Check.
Hmm.
All right. Is this Sin City? Oh, what? Hmm.
Hmm.
What is it a demon? Is it a ghost? Is it vampires? It might be all of them, right? Demon, ghost, vampires. I don't know.
There's only one way to find out.
Yeah, Podlog. All right. So what do we got next week?
What
So
would
we
a
got dream scenario.
Nick Cage
Oh yeah.
play in your dreams? You know,
I honestly can't wait to check it out. I've heard really good things about it. So, and it's Nick Cage before he goes
Nick, fucking.
before he goes TV.
dream scenarios, him kissing himself. He's just making out with all. Remember the clip?
I mean, W, you know. I've heard rumors that he might be back in Deadpool playing Ghost Rider.
That would make sense.
How cool would that be? Yeah,
It'd be a
right.
nice
Because
little
it's
Easter
Fox.
egg. Like,
Yeah, that would be super fun. Because he talked about like his thing for Flash.
mm-hmm.
I hated the way I looked, you know. And I
Oh
mean, I
yeah,
get it. Yeah, I
yeah.
get it.
Well, he
You
was
know,
like, I didn't have
like,
anything to do with that.
yeah, they just did
They
it.
just
That
put
would
me in that
that would
movie.
also make sense because you know, with Marvel Studios coming out and basically saying all past Marvel movies are canon because of the multiverse.
Yeah,
Like the audience kind of put that together, but it's like it's gospel.
yeah. But yeah, I'm ready for some Nick Cage nonsense. You know.
I mean,
Yeah.
checks in the mail.
And the flag is raised.